if some folks like to pick and peg and, say people saying America in Black is trying to cause division, why is this something that's actually going to unify us?
Such a positive experience. Watch the show. Watch the show. What this is in-depth reporting, profiling, and storytelling around Black America. And what could be better than that? To tell the full story of Black Americans and Black Americans' contributions and their trials, their tribulations, wins, losses, highs, lows, all of it. All of it. I emphasize that again, all of it. Because as you know, story of Black America hasn't been fully told. And there are parts that are left out. There are parts that are glossed over. There are parts that are just not told in full. And that's what this program aims to do. And I think does a pretty good job of that. So that's a unifying thing to tell the full story.
And then when you think about your piece on Governor Moore, why is this something folks will probably be super excited to see?
I think people have heard of Governor Moore. They've heard of his books he's written. He's a military man, and he'd come up from some pretty interesting circumstances. But here we get a chance to get into Governor Moore and to really get to know him and to watch him in his first, the beginning of his second year of his first term. Fascinating character. I mean, here's a guy who spent, some time in a cop car in handcuffs at the age of 11. And now he's a governor of Maryland. Think about that. Think of the turning points, the people along the way who he had to meet, the fortuitous moments, the close calls, all of that. So we get to see the whole story of this man. And he's also, his name is being mentioned as the next big star in the Democratic Party. Don't know. Is that going to happen? It's yet to be seen, yet to be written. But we definitely address that with him and his thoughts on maybe becoming president. We'll see. I want you to see that. I want you to watch it. I'm not going to tell you what he says. That's a tease. But I hope you watch. There's also some stuff that you haven't heard that we are able to get out of his family into the piece as well. But he's a fascinating character, and I think America needs to see this story.
I can still say I grew up in an age where we had BET telling us the news and all these different places. Do you feel like it's cool to have so many different avenues now where we can tell our stories in mass?
Absolutely. And we're also bringing back Ed Gordon. Ed Gordon is back on BET after a hiatus. He's like the OG of BET News. And so it's great to have Ed back. His storytelling, his depth, his context, his contacts, his just his perspective. And it's great to have that. But to be back on BET, it's Black folks' home, right? And for anyone else who wants to come in and see what's really happening in Black America, check it out. It's the place to be, Kayla, and I know you're going to be there.